Wilson letters, 2 blue stripes down the left side, the UK logo on the bottom of the trucks on the right. Vandy in black uniforms with gold trim and gold lettering with white numerals for the Commodores. Kentucky will go right to left from our vantage point opposite the benches here at Rupp today. It's Will Howard, Myron Jarrett, and crew chief Doug Schowes on the call today. It's the 151st game that Doug has worked in which the University of Kentucky Wildcats were involved, according to a note that I saw on social media from Daryl Bird of the Cats Paws. That makes him number 1 on the all-time list for games officiated involving the Cats. One more than John Clougherty. So hopefully, Goose, this is a game that we don't have any issues with anything other than some great basketball.
Yeah, you would love to have that here in this one. I think both teams will be ready to play. Of course, I'm more concerned with the team in the blue and white, though, the white and blue. I think they're going to be ready to go at it here. I'm anxious to look at it.
Vanderbilt coming off a win over Georgia, 88-80 on Wednesday night. Kentucky won 72-63 down at South Carolina. When they played last month in Nashville, Commodores won 80-55. Kentucky shot just 32% from the field, 8 assists, 15 turnovers, and those turnovers turned into 28 Vandy points. Vandy also won the Battle of the Boards and blocked 9 Kentucky shots. Nobody's blocked more this season. Tap control by the Cats. Aberdeen's got it, going right to left. He's picked up by Tanner out deep on the left side. They run Oweh off a screen. Can't get the ball to her. They get it to Jelavic at the left elbow. Over to Chandler. Open, right side, a 3. In and out. Rebound Moreno. Turns left-handed.
Yeah.
Up good.
Good start, big fella. Good start.
The 7-footer from Georgetown puts the Cats on the board first. Aberdeen guarding Tanner, who floats over to the left side. Comes back to his right-hand dribble, picks it up, swings it left side. Miles, a 3, good. Vandy takes the lead. Miles shoots 35% beyond the three-point line. Vandy made 10 threes in the win in Nashville. Oweh trapped on the right side, dumps it down to Moreno, out to Jelavic, turns down the 3, jump pass to Aberdeen, swings it to the left corner. Chandler's 3, got it! Cats back in front. Their first 3.
Love the ball movement early.
5-3 Kentucky. Okereke out deep on the right side. Dribbles down to the wing, hands it off to Nickel, back to Okereke. They're going to isolate him against Jelavic. Backing down into the paint, jump stop in the lane, fall away 10-footer, good, ties the game at 5.
Boy, he has come along. Okereke, he's come so far and has turned into a complete player.
Oweh dribbling out deep on the left. Aberdeen comes to get it, middle of the floor. They double him as he goes off the screen. Pass to the right corner. Jelavic, a 3, no good. And the long rebound chased down over the far corner by Tanner. Here comes Vandy back the other way. Tyler Tanner, sophomore guard, slides over to his left. An open 3. He'll take it. Missed it. Rebound Moreno. And McLaughlin bucked out. Here's Chandler up the right side. Chandler picks it up, throws it to the right corner to Aberdeen. Aberdeen gets into the lane, jump stop, out to Chandler, left of the circle, 3 ball, to him for Colin Chandler.
Well, he's got a look in his eye right now, Tom, that he is thinking nothing but let it fly.
He was 1 for 6 from the field with 4 points down at Vandy. He's got 2 threes, a steal by Oweh, drive, dunk. Cats lead it 10-5.
Great start, great start.
They're on their feet. Rupp Arena. Miles works in the middle of the floor. Takes it down the right side. Moreno switches off on him. He throws it back out to Okereke. Back to Miles. Tries to drive. Gets by Moreno. Down deep. Leans into it. Doesn't want to shoot it. Got away with a walk. Throws it to McLaughlin at the left elbow. Back to Okereke straight away.
Now he'll shoot the 3.
Shoots the 3. Good.
He's shooting it. As I say, he's turned into a complete player.
39% shooter. 26 3-point shot he's made this season. 10-8 Kentucky. They get it to Moreno in the paint. Double teamed. 1 dribble. Ball's knocked away. He retrieves it. Out to Aberdeen. He sees a path to the rim. Wrap around pass. Layup. Good foul on Vandy. Jelavic put it in. Cutting along the right baseline. Assist to Aberdeen.
Yeah, Tom, the thing I like moving as much as I like the ball movement is the body movement. Quick cuts, sharp cuts to the open spot.
Foul is on McLaughlin. First foul of the game. And an early substitution. McLaughlin will go out. Jalen Washington, who started the game down in Nashville because Miles was out with an injury at that time. He checks in. He's a 6'10 senior. Averages 9 per game. Jelavic looking to complete the three-point play. It rolls in. 13-8 Kentucky. 3 minutes in. Good start for the Cats. Tanner walks it across the line. Floats over to the right side. Tracked by Aberdeen. Pass across to Nickel. He'll shoot a three. No good. And the long rebound bounces out to the wing, and we get a foul on Kentucky. Jelavic tangled up with Okereke, battling for position down on the right baseline, and they were both locked up arm in arm, and neither one of them could go for the ball that was bouncing out to the right corner.
Not sure how the official determined who locked the other one up first, but
I kind of had the same thought.
Jelavic got it.
Tanner, right baseline. Bounce pass into Miles. Quick shot in the air. Rattles out. No good. And the ball's lost out of bounds off the hand of Washington. Kentucky's ball. Vanderbilt's going to pick up in backcourt. Oweh standing in front of the Kentucky cheerleaders and on Vandy's right baseline. Substitution for Vandy. Miles goes out. Chandler Bing, a 6'6 freshman, checking in.
Now this full court pressure is just to slow Kentucky down.
And nearly they turned it over as it came into Chandler, and he threw it back to Aberdeen, and Tanner was right there.
That's dangerous under the Vanderbilt basket.
Yeah, kind of a casual pass he got away with. So Oweh will put the ball in play. Gets it to Chandler.
Yeah, and just bring the ball up the floor. That's
Chandler
all they
gets
want.
it across the line. Stops on the right wing. Walks it back toward the middle. Bounce pass to Moreno, right side. Out front. Jelavic, three. Good.
Boy, he is so much more effective when he doesn't hesitate shooting that shot.
6 straight for Jelavic. 16-8 Kentucky. Pass to the right corner to Bing. One-hand pass out to Washington at the top. He hands it to Tanner. Tanner curls to the right elbow. Can't get a shot. Out to Okereke. Okereke comes into the paint. Turns his back to Jelavic. Can't get a shot. Over to Nickel out deep on the left. Nickel comes through the lane. Throws it out to Bing. Bing drives into the lane. A left-hand leaner won't go. Rebounded by Washington. He'll put it back up and in. Moreno left Washington to challenge the shot, and that left Washington open to grab the offensive rebound when Bing missed it. Oweh's got it out front, double teamed off the screen, keeps his dribble, comes into the circle, 18-footer, good, straight away.
Well, that's good. That his first shot was from the outside because they're wanting him to drive it to the defense. Now you got to come out and play him.
18-10 Kentucky, 15 and a half left. Tanner off a pick, gets right to the rim for an easy layup.
There's that screen and roll, Tom, I was talking about.
Quickly down to the other end. Jelavic trapped on the right block. Out to Oweh. Left side. 3 ball. No good. Comes off hard to Nickel. And he'll lead the break for Vanderbilt, but Kentucky's back. Nickel drives it down the left side. Picks up his dribble. Gets it to Tanner. Jelavic has him on a switch. Tanner drives by him down to the corner. Circles. Brings it back out beyond the three-point line. Throws it out to Washington. Washington dribbles right. Hands it to Bing. Bing gets it back to Tanner. Deep on the left. A long threes. No good. Rebounded by Moreno. Came out high, but Moreno had his man blocked out. Kentucky's ball up 18-12. Go under 15 to play. They throw it down to Jelavic on the right block. Dribbles out of a trap. Diagonal pass over to Aberdeen. Throws it in the corner. Chandler wide open. 3. Yes!
Just take what the defense gives you. And I like that they challenged the small switching on Jelavic down low.
The lead is 9 for Kentucky. 21-12. 9 points for Chandler. Nickel, top of the circle. Bounce pass to Okereke, right of the lane. They've got him isolated on Jelavic again. Takes him into the paint. Fall away 10-footer. This one's off. No good. Rebound snatched by Bing. Put back up and in. Strong rebound by the freshman Bing. Wrestled it away from Moreno. Quiets the crowd. 21-14 Kentucky. Oweh dribbling left of the circle. Walks it toward the middle. Puts it between his legs. Goes back to his left hand. Down the lane. Trying to wrap around pass. And it's deflected out of bounds. Off Vanderbilt. It'll be Kentucky's ball when we come back from the media timeout. Kentucky leads 21-14 with 14:10 to play on the UK Sports Network. 10 left first half. Kentucky red hot early, leading Vanderbilt 21-14 on the strength of 8 of 11 shooting, 4 of 7 behind the three-point line, and 3 threes already for Colin Chandler. And Goose, you took notice very early on of the movement and not just of the basketball.
No, the bodies are really making cuts on a mission that they want to get to a certain spot. They're making quick cuts, which keeps the defense off balance, and the ball is moving, and they're waiting for them when they get to those spots.
rotation and defensive efficiency, according to KenPom.com, up from 79th last year. So part of the reason Vandy has been such a better basketball team this season. Coach Mark Byington in his second season there, his 13th year overall. They're also number 12 in offensive efficiency.
They do a lot of things well, no question about it. But above everything else, they play extremely hard. So you have to match that, and Kentucky has one-upped it thus far.
Garrison, Dioubate, and Jasper Johnson in. Oweh and Chandler stay out there. Comes into Dioubate, throws it out to Jasper. Out deep on the left side, Johnson throws to Chandler in the middle of the floor. Goes right off the screen from Garrison. Pass to the corner to Oweh. Deep down in that right corner. He comes into the lane, leans in, banks it up, and won't go. Rebound Washington, knocked loose, but picked up by Tanner. Here come the Commodores. Tanner goes off the screen, moving across the circle, hooks it back over his right shoulder to Miles, who's back in. Out deep on the right, McLaughlin also back. He dribbles left and hands it off to Tanner on the wing, left side. Feeding it back to McLaughlin, matched up against Jasper Johnson. Has the ball knocked loose by Dioubate, and it's picked up by Oweh. A steal for Kentucky. Oweh hooks it to the left corner. Chandler, can he get four? Yes, he can!
Boy, they are looking for him. They are trying their best to find Colin Chandler. He's doing a good job moving without the ball.
24-10 Kentucky. 13-18 left first half. 24-14 Cats. Here's Miles into the paint. Cut off by Chandler. Throws it out to Tanner. Drives on Oweh. Gets around him with a leaner. Banked it in off the right baseline.
Boy, he's
shot.
so clever with that ball.
Yes, he is. Averages 18.5 per game to lead the Commodores. Garrison, right of the circle. Dribbles over to his left. Tries to feed Oweh. Does with a bounce pass. He turns. Missed it right at the rim, and a rebound for Vanderbilt.
What you want to have back.
Here's Tanner, hurries into front court, stops right in front of the Kentucky bench. Now Tanner's got it back out front, comes into the circle, backs out beyond the three-point line. Dioubate has him on the switch. Tanner, now Garrison switches off on him, comes right side to Miles, a long three, no good. It caroms out of bounds in the right corner. Kentucky ball with 12:33 to play. Oweh out. Trent Noah will check into the game for Kentucky.
Now we all know how badly Trent needs to see a shot go through the net. The thing I'm looking for, even more importantly than that, is does he hesitate if he's open?
Aberdeen back in. Chandler to the bench for a breather. And Coach Pope's really trying to always keep at least two of those main three scorers on the floor. So Aberdeen back in as Oweh went out. And now, as Chandler went out, now Oweh and Aberdeen are on the floor with Garrison, Johnson, and Dioubate. Garrison dribbles over to the right side, hands it to Aberdeen. Two-hand pass to the left side to Noah. He gets into the paint, cut off, throws it out to Garrison. Right side to Aberdeen. Back over to Noah. Noah with 9 on the shot clock. Gives it to Aberdeen at 7. Aberdeen down the right side of the lane. Pull up 6-footer. Going off the glass.
Boy, that was a tough shot.
He has played so well.
Stand within himself.
First bucket for Denzel Aberdeen. But he didn't shoot off balance. He got in deep, stayed on 2 feet, banked it up off the glass. Going to 12 to play in the first half. Cats by 10. 26-16. Miles, left elbow. Backs out. Throws it across court to McLaughlin. Comes out front with a pass to Nickel between the circles. 8 on the shot clock. Nickel slides left. They double team him. Garrison knocks it away and steals it. Garrison. Right side, looking for a guard. Hands it behind him to Aberdeen.
Good
Throws
decision.
It back out to
Good
Garrison.
decision.
Garrison just holding the ball. Hits Noah, cutting for the basket. Pass to the left corner is off the mark and out of bounds.
Gotta take that.
Dioubate saying that maybe a Vandy player touched it. Maybe they'll look at that during the timeout, because there is a timeout on the floor. With 11:24 left to play in the opening half, it's Kentucky 26 and Vanderbilt 16 on the UK Sports Network. 11:24 left to play in the opening half here at Rupp Arena. Kentucky with a 26-16 lead over Vanderbilt. Watch BBN Game Day presented by CHI St. Joseph Health all season long. Show airs at 9 Saturday mornings on WLEX in Lexington. Check UKathletics.com/UK Sports Network for TV affiliates and times in your area. If you're outside the state, you can watch at UKathletics.com/videos or on the Kentucky Wildcats Facebook page. Cats on fire. 10 of 15 from the field. 5 of 8 at the three-point line. Vandy shooting 7 of 14 overall, 2 of 6 on threes. Our game's presented by Keeneland today. The spring meet kicks off April 3rd, runs through the 24th. Pre-purchase tickets in advance at tickets.keeneland.com.
Tom, I really love what I've seen from Kentucky, actually on both ends of the floor. I think they're doing a really good job at the three-point line for Kentucky against defending Vandy. They have made a couple, but they have challenged on pretty much every three that has gone up. So you have to make sure you continue to play that way against Vandy. Now, with this lineup on the floor, Jasper Johnson and Trent Noah, they have to make some good things happen right now, Tom. You need to start getting production from both of those guys.
Dioubate, Garrison, Aberdeen, the other three out there with them. Tanner's got it for Vandy. Bounce pass on the pick and roll to Okereke. Works his way down the lane. Can't get a shot. They get it back out front to Tanner straight away. Slides over to his left. Passes it back to the middle to Miles. He drives on Johnson. A little push off. Crossover dribble. Lost his balance. Gathers himself. Turns. Fall away 10-footer. Bounces off. Rebound Dioubate. Foul on Vanderbilt. I think it's going to be on McLaughlin. And it's his second. And he will go out. Washington comes back in. And McLaughlin, out of the heart and soul of that team, does so many things well. Scores, rebounds, passes, good defender. He goes out with 2 fouls. 26-16 Kentucky. Noah plays it into Johnson. Vandy pressuring the inbounds pass, and then they mostly back out of it, and Aberdeen will bring it up the floor with some token pressure from Tanner. Aberdeen in the midcourt circle goes left side with a pass to Johnson, back to Aberdeen. Aberdeen puts it between his legs. Bounce pass to Garrison at the top. Garrison goes left. Now he's just holding the ball. Needs somebody to throw it to. Ball's knocked loose. He retrieves it. 5 to shoot. Gets it to Aberdeen. Aberdeen right of the circle. Slides right. Gets a look. Air ball to 3, and it's out of bounds to Vanderbilt. Not a good possession there for the Wildcats.
No, really wasn't. And the ball just stuck with Brandon Garrison a little too long. He's got to make a decision quickly because guys are making cuts. So you have to go on and decide where you're going to give it up, when are you going to give it up, and that decision should probably be made before you even catch the ball.
Moreno back in, Oweh back in. Garrison and Noah to the bench. Vanderbilt's ball. Tanner gets into the lane, lobs it up, and over the head of his intended receiver, that was Washington, cutting to the rim. It's out of bounds and a turnover for Vanderbilt, and that is 4 against the Commodores already.
Give Mo Dioubate a whole lot of credit on that particular play. He came over from the weak side on that screen and roll, and Tanner had to make an adjustment in the air and threw it out of bounds.
And he only had 5 turnovers for the game when beating Georgia on Wednesday night. That's 4 midway through this first half. Aberdeen straight away between the circles, holding the ball at his waist. Gives it left side to Oweh. Oweh drives down to the baseline. Step back 15-footer. It's no good. Rebound tapped out into the hands of Johnson at the high post. Right side Aberdeen, wide open. 3-ball. Got it.
Great job. And that started with Moreno that time, getting a hand on that rebound to knock it to a teammate.
Largest lead for the Cats at 13. Washington down the right side of the lane, cut off by Moreno. Washington comes into the paint. Now turns back to his right. Can't get a shot on. Throws it out front. Another steal. Oweh headed the other way. One hand slam.
Oh, man.
Timeout, Vandy.
Malachi Moreno, as physical so far in this game as I've seen him all year. Vandy, you're not going to push me around. I love that attitude.
Amen.
I love it.
9:31 left to play. Vanderbilt in a 15-point hole as they take their first timeout. 31-16 Kentucky. A lot of talk at the shoot-around today and practice yesterday about opportunities they could have to go for steals, and we're seeing it happen.
Well, you know, if you come in and if you take away that paint option by being physical, not letting them clear you out, if you take that option away, those bigs are going to have to throw it out. They're not as proficient, the bigs, at finding the teammates on the perimeter as some other guys we've seen. So that's why you're being set up for opportunities to steal the ball.
Teams back out on the court after the timeout taken by Vanderbilt. Kentucky, number 4 in SEC play in defensive efficiency. They were 13th last year, and they have been outstanding so far in this game today. Okereke straight away. Two-hand pass to his left to Nickel. Back out when it comes to Miles. Miles drives on Johnson, takes it down to the block, leaves it off to Washington in the paint, and his leaner goes in.
Boy, Jasper, if he had his head up, he would have been able to pick that pass off.
Ends a scoring drought of almost 4 minutes for Vanderbilt, 31-18. Kentucky with the ball in the lead as we go under 9 to play here in the first half. Aberdeen walks it over to the right side and comes back into the middle. Double team, feeds Moreno on the roll. Left side to Johnson. His three's on the way. Yes!
Yes. Boy, I'm so happy Mark left him on the floor when he made those changes. He needs something good to happen. He got it.
Largest lead of the day for the Cats, 34-18. 7 threes out of 10 attempts for Kentucky. Washington in the paint, throws it out deep to Miles straight away. He goes to the left elbow, keeps going down the lane, gets to the rim with a floater that's no good. Ball's lost, knocked around, and picked out by Aberdeen for Kentucky. He'll come up into front court, angles to the middle, pass left side to Johnson. Jab step, shoots the three. No.
No short. Should have taken it the first time.
Vanderbilt coming the other way. Tanner, we come down to the 8-minute mark. Stands and dribbles out deep on the left. Goes by Aberdeen, gets into the paint, cut off. Good help defense. Out to Nickel, deep three off the right side. It's no good. Moreno had everybody blocked out, but then Aberdeen slid in and grabbed the rebound just as Moreno was about to get it. Here's Dioubate down the lane, left side, going for the basket. Banks it up, won't go. Tapped up into the air by Moreno, but grabbed by Washington for Vanderbilt. 7:45 left first half as Tanner comes into front court, takes it to the right elbow, now floats out beyond the three-point line. Across court pass to Miles. Bluffs the three as Oweh had the quick hand up in his face. Back to Tanner. Tanner working against Moreno on a switch. Out to Miles. 8 to shoot. Miles straight away. Between the legs. Behind the back. Slides right. Contested three. Air ball.
Great job.
Vanderbilt gives it right back to Kentucky.
Great job on defense.
Oweh with a tremendous contest of the three-point shot by Miles. He airballed it. There's a timeout on the floor. 7:22 to play. All Kentucky right now. The Cats lead the Commodores 34-18 on the UK Sports Network. Today's game is presented by Keeneland. Experience a new chapter at Keeneland. Our new paddock building will open for the 2026 spring meet. We can't wait to welcome everyone back. The meet starts April 3rd, runs through the 24th. 7:22 to play, 34-18. Kentucky in front of a Vanderbilt team that beat the Wildcats by 25 a month ago in Nashville. In that game, Kentucky had 15 turnovers, produced 28 Vanderbilt points. So far today, 2 turnovers for the Cats, 5 for the Commodores. It's 10-0 Kentucky in points off turnovers, Goose.
Yeah, and another real big stat right here is that the first time out today, Vandy had 3 offensive rebounds and 4 points off of those offensive rebounds. Kentucky had 0 points off of the offensive rebound opportunity. Well, right now, Vandy still has 3 offensive rebounds and still have 4 points off of those. Kentucky has found a couple of second chance opportunities, and they've converted that to 5 points, those 2 offensive rebounds. So that's another big stat that we'll have to pay close attention to the rest of this game.
Kentucky's ball. It's Oweh, Aberdeen, and Chandler back out on the floor, along with Jelavic and Moreno, the starting 5 in for Kentucky. Moreno's got it, left baseline. Overhead pass out to Aberdeen, out deep on the left side. Aberdeen starts walking it down the left sideline. Coming down to 7 minutes to play here in the first half. Jelavic at the high post, holding the ball high above his head. Dribbles to his left, hands it to Oweh. Oweh just holding the ball. Now starts into the paint, cut off by Okereke. Crosses over, still can't get by him. Cross-court pass deflected out to Aberdeen. Long three. Got it!
Oh, boy.
Shot clock was down to 2 seconds. He was 2 steps beyond the arc. Had to let it fly. His second three. 8 points, and Kentucky leads 37-18. Vanderbilt with the basketball. Into the paint. Over to Nickel, right corner, 3 ball, no good. Aberdeen taps the rebound and goes and grabs it underneath the basket. He'll drive it up the right side, ahead to Chandler. Step back three, right side. Missed it. Rebound Jelavic. Out to Aberdeen. Three, straight away. No good. Rebound Vanderbilt.
Well, that was way out, that three by Aberdeen.
Bit of a heat check. Here's Tanner to the high post. Step back 18-footer. Good.
Boy, he is so good with that ball in his hand.
It's like it's on a string for him. 37-20, Kentucky. Coming down to 6 to play here in this first half. Oweh gets it to Aberdeen in the middle of the floor. Back to Oweh. Floats it into Moreno. 15 feet out on the left side.
Go ahead.
Moreno back in. Comes into the paint. Leans
there you
in. Goes up. Jump
go
hook.
ahead.
Goes in.
Don't even think about throwing it out of there. You got a big on you that's not that strong. Take it.
Leverett in the game at 2:57. Bumping with Moreno. And Malachi just backed him down. Dropped it in right in front of the rim. 39-20 Kentucky. Vandy with the ball. Nickel driving through the lane to his left. Open 10-footer. No good. Rebound Jelavic.
Well, this is a big possession here. Basket will be huge for Kentucky.
They get it to Moreno. Left of the lane. Going for the paint.
Yes.
Foul by Leverett.
That is good as a basket. That's huge. By the way, Tom, one other way Aberdeen has grown at that point guard spot, okay, one of the toughest things for that point guard is knowing what to do when there's 2 seconds on the shot clock. And now he's learned to take the easy thing, take what's there. And that's why he made that shot with the shot clock running out.
Free throw bounces off to the right. No good for Malachi. Before that miss, he had worked his way back up to 70%, shooting it well at the line as Washington and Miles come in, and Nickel and Leverett go out for Vanderbilt. One more shot for Moreno to try to make it a 20-point lead with 5:23 to play. It's good. Substitution for Kentucky. Brandon Garrison will give Moreno a breather. Chandler coming out. Jasper Johnson back in. It's 40-20 Kentucky with 5:23 to play in the half. Tanner walks it across the line for Vandy. Gives it to Miles in the middle of the floor. Goes left. Keeps his dribble. Comes back to his right. Works his way down the lane all the way to the baseline. Then throws it out to Bing, who hands it to Okereke. He's going to drive it down the left side of the lane. He pivots. Throws it out to Miles. Deep three. Right side. No good. Another air ball. Oweh just shaking his head, saying no as he looks at Darius Miles.
And Miles doing the right thing. He's going the other way. He's not going to get into a jawing match with Oweh. But a great defense, again, by Oweh. Now, Vandy's going to come with a little more pressure. They've basically, on this full-court press, just wanted to make it more difficult for Kentucky to catch the ball and get it up the floor.
Comes into Johnson. He gives it to Aberdeen. And Denzel will walk it into front court. Pass comes left side to Johnson. One dribble, floats it over to Aberdeen. Inside the three-point line. Starts down the right, now comes back into the paint. Fall away 10-footer. No good. Rebounded by Okereke for Vanderbilt. He'll lead the break himself. Brings it up into front court with a left-hand dribble. Goes right in front of the Kentucky bench. They swing it right side now to Miles. Miles out beyond the arc. Johnson with it. Throw it out to Washington. Dribbles left. Hands it off to Tanner. Tanner curls into the circle. Gets into the paint. Pitches out to the corner. Being an open three. No good. Rebound Garrison for Kentucky.
I love what they're doing on the glass, Tom.
Very few second chances for Vanderbilt. Garrison, top of the circle. Hands it back to Oweh. Oweh lobs it down to Garrison. Makes the catch right at the basket. Goes underneath. Goes up, and the ball rolled off his hand. He didn't get a shot at it. Vanderbilt going the other way. They get it ahead to Okereke. Reverse layup good. Those two times Vandy's been able to get out in transition. 40-22. Kentucky. Oweh, top of the circle. Works his way into the paint, pivots, lobs it underneath to Garrison, who lays it in.
Nice
Oweh
pass.
recognized Garrison was against 6'2" Miles.
Nice pass.
First bucket for BG. Leads back to 20 for Kentucky. 3:35 to play in the half. Here's Okereke straight away. Dribbles over to the right. Cut off by Garrison. Going to try to back him down. Comes into the paint. Cut off. Couple of moves either way. Couldn't get a shot. Good defense. Miles has it. 10 to shoot. Miles down the lane. Picked up on a switch by Jelavic. Wraparound pass, and they call a foul on Kentucky as they tried to get it to Washington. Fouls on Oweh.
Only the second team foul for Kentucky.
First on Otega. He got caught in a mismatch.
Yeah, but go ahead and take that away before he even gets into active shooting. Grab him, do what you have to do to force the whistle to blow.
Vandy ball when we come back. 3:20 to play in the half. Kentucky in front. 42-22 on the UK Sports Network. 5 on 2-point shots, had 9 of their shots blocked. Today, Vanderbilt has 1 block. Kentucky's 8 of 14 inside the arc. I think that's the difference between when you're facing physical play, advancing or retreating.
Yeah, and I don't know, Tom, if I can remember, and I'm sure it happened, but I don't know if there was a time in Nashville where I saw Kentucky cut and go to the basket the way I've seen them here in this game. I don't know if there was one time down there. I'm sure it was, and I can go, but man, they have done a great job, has Kentucky, of establishing the pace of this game.
They started 0 for 9. Didn't score until there was almost 15 minutes left in the first half. Today, they're shooting 57%, 8 of 14 at the three-point line, and only 2 turnovers.
It's just been a totally different approach to this game than the one down in Nashville.
It just looks like a completely different team from Tuesday night because there was a lot of pressure that builds up when you lose 3 in a row at the University of Kentucky. And I think there was just a big release after getting that win.
Yeah, and listen, as I say, it wasn't pretty, except for the scoreboard when there were zeros left on the clock. It was gorgeous, a game at that point, and that's all that mattered in a situation like that. Saw that from the Lady Cats the other night. They needed a big win on the road. They got it and went home with the victory.
Danny ball, left baseline. They get it to Bing in the right corner. Out front it comes to Okereke. He throws it to Washington at the top of the circle. He hands it to Miles. Miles taking it down the right side of the lane. Scoops it up around Garrison and gets it to go.
Well, you got to be more definite about how you're going to play that screen and roll, Brandon.
Aberdeen, Garrison, Chandler, Jelavic, Oweh on the floor for Kentucky. Aberdeen gets it to Oweh in the middle of the floor. Fakes right, goes left, cut off by Bing, backs out. Now he's going to attack again. Falls down, but throws it to the right side, and Aberdeen beats Tanner to the loose ball. Hustle play by Aberdeen, keeps the possession alive. 6 to shoot. Jelavic needs help. 3 seconds to shoot. Over to Chandler. Slides right, gets into the paint. Floater ahead of the buzzer. Rims out.
Tough one.
Rebounded by Miles for Vanderbilt. He brings it up the middle of the floor. Picked up by Chandler as he comes into front court. 2.5 to play. Bounce pass down low. They get it right underneath to Washington, who puts it in. Off that pick and roll, Andy with nice execution. They've scored 2 straight buckets.
Big possession here. You need not let them get on a run. And I don't know if Mark will hesitate calling the timeout.
Van Aberdeen bounces to Garrison at the top of the circle. Dribbles to his right, hands it to Jelavic. Jelavic throws it left side to Oweh. 10 to shoot. Oweh going to go up with a 3. In and out. No good. Rebounded by Washington.
And I think make or miss, you might see Mark burn a timeout here.
Minute 50 to play in the half. Miles, right wing. Slides out to the wing. Now leans in, draws the foul against Garrison, and it'll be 3 shots. He jumps into Garrison, who had a bit of a bite on the pump fake, and that'll be 3 shots for Miles.
Yeah, that's a good call by the officials.
Yes, it was.
They're going to look at this just to see.
Make sure he wasn't on the line. They're trying to see if it's 2 or 3 free throws for Miles.
Well, I thought he was inside the 3, but I'm not going to say that because I'm not sure.
Watch BBN Tonight, presented by UK Healthcare all season long. The show airs weeknights at 7:30 on WLEX in Lexington. Outside Lexington, you can watch at bbntonight.com.
2 for Vanderbilt will shoot 3 free throws.
Yeah, he's behind. I did see the replay at the TV monitor next to us, so he did a good job of stepping back and making sure he was behind the 3-point line.
1:48 to play. Cats had the lead up to 20. Vanderbilt could get it down to 13 if he knocks down these 3. Miles, an 88% shooter, didn't play in the game against Kentucky down in Nashville. He's out with an injury. Played twice against Kentucky last year when he was at Oklahoma, had 6 points combined.
Yeah, Miles had that knee cleaned out. They went in there and just got some scar tissue out.
Duke Miles puts it up. Good. It is is his 6th point. He started at Troy, then went to High Point, then at Oklahoma last season, and now at Vandy. 2 more free throws. Good.
That transfer portal is pretty crazy when you think about 4 schools in 4 years.
Moreno, Dioubate, and Noah back in. Aberdeen and Chandler stay on the floor with them. And can Miles get the trifecta? He does. So it's 42-29. Kentucky's lead has been cut down on a 7-0 Vanderbilt run. Aberdeen, bounce pass to Moreno at the left elbow, fires to the right corner. Chandler fakes, slides left, open 3. Yes! 5 threes for Colin Chandler.
You see how calm he stayed? He did not get sped up by that defense running at him.
Vandy gets the pick and roll executed, but they miss it at the rim. Washington couldn't finish. Aberdeen into front court for Kentucky. Over to Chandler left side. He's going to get into the lane, gets bumped and fouled by Okereke on the drive. 4th foul on Vandy, 1st on Okereke, and it'll be Kentucky's ball on the left baseline.
Neither team had any risk of getting in the penalty. I think Kentucky has 3 fouls, Vandy has 4.
Nickel back in, and going out is Bing for Vanderbilt.
Big possession here for Kentucky. Love to get a basket out of this.
Noah floats it into Dioubate on the left wing. He's holding the ball at his waist, dribbles once and then throws it out to Aberdeen, deep on the left side. Chandler wants the ball. He's got it, middle of the floor. Slides left, and they're going to call a moving screen on Moreno.
Moreno just moved.
But it's dropped that left hip into the Vanderbilt players. Chandler was trying to go off the screen. 1st on Malachi, 4 on Kentucky.
Give part of that foul to Malachi, part of it to Aberdeen. He went just a little bit too fast.
Chandler, you mean?
Chandler.
3rd Kentucky turnover this first half. Under a minute to play. Miles works his way into the paint, pushes off on Chandler, throws down low. Dioubate knocks it away. Chandler dives for it.
That's
It's out of bounds.
ball.
Kentucky ball.
Yeah, that's Kentucky ball.
Chandler and a Vanderbilt player, Washington, were diving for it in the right corner, and Washington had the last touch. The fans applaud the hustle.
See, Washington thought it was off of Kentucky, but the fact is, Mo never did touch it. So it went off of one of the Vandy players.
Comes into Chandler.
Trent Noah.
42 seconds to play in the half. Chandler, 2-hand pass right side to Dioubate. Dioubate, right of the lane, backing his way down against Okereke. Fires it out to Moreno at the top. He hands it to Chandler. Chandler, overhead pass to Dioubate in the right corner. He comes into the lane, jump stop, muscles up a shot, won't go, but he got fouled.
Yeah.
And Okereke may have taken a right shoulder into the nose, and I would just say about time.
It's about time.
Kentucky's delivering a few of those instead of receiving.
Yes. And he did everything legal.
Yeah.
It was just going hard to where he wanted to get.
But he came to a jump stop, and he went up forcefully to try to get the shot instead of falling away. 2 shots for Dioubate. 2 fouls on Okereke. He and McLaughlin both with 2. Diobate's first shot bounces and rolls in. Oh, a little body lean there to coax that one over the front of the rim.
We needed all of it. Needed all of it, didn't he?
Noah goes out. Yes, he did. First point for Mo had 12 at South Carolina on Tuesday. He was a huge part of that win. Leads back to 17. Dioubate tries to make it 18. 27.8 to play in the half. In and out. No good. Battle for the rebound won by Washington. 46-29 Kentucky. 20 seconds to play in the half. Shot clock's off. Tanner.
Just don't want to give up a 3 here. Please stay at home.
Tanner just standing and dribbling out deep on the left side.
2 is okay.
10 seconds. Tanner off the screen, gets into the middle of the floor, fires it back left side to Okereke. He's going to back down against Aberdeen. Fall away 10-footer over him. Air ball. Oh, they call a foul on Aberdeen.
Oh, man.
And there wasn't much, but I think he probably did barely touch him on the arm. And when you make contact with the shooting hand or arm, you're going to get the call against you.
Yeah, the way I know it was a foul, Aberdeen didn't even look. He didn't even argue the call.
Tough break because it was he forced him into a bad shot. He had rebounded it. Okereke's free throw's good.
Yeah, there was no way he was going to make that shot.
instead of straight up. This one's good. Okereke knocks them both down. 2 seconds to play in the half. Comes into Chandler. He's going to launch it from backcourt. Oh, just off the glass and no good.
Wouldn't you know it? Backboard.
When he let it go, I thought it had a shot. But that got a day for Colin Chandler. Timeouts on the floor. Halftime, and we go over to Michelle Knezlik to talk with Coach Pope.
Coach, a dominant first half. Let's start on the defensive side of things. You hold this Vandy team just under 30 points. What do you like best?
Well, I thought we did a solid job in a lot of areas. We didn't give up anything in transition, which was a problem there. I thought our guys guard their yard was elite. We had a little bit of a tough time early on the offensive glass in little spaces, but we shored that up a little bit. Pretty solid effort defensively.
Offensively, so many different guys involved. How do you like the way they're sharing the ball?
You know, our guys, we didn't have unbelievable flow, but we did have a lot of guys making plays for each other.
Thanks, Coach.
It is halftime in Rupp Arena. Kentucky 46, Vanderbilt 31. Our halftime interview with Michelle and Coach Pope, presented by Don Franklin Lexington Hyundai, driven by family. This is the UK Sports Network. Ready to go in the second half. Kentucky leading Vanderbilt 46-31. Wildcats outscored the Commodores 9-2 on three-point baskets. They were outscored in the loss in Nashville last month at the three-point line significantly. Vanderbilt made 10. Kentucky made 6. That was a plus 16 point or plus 12 points for Vanderbilt. Kentucky with a plus 21 on the three-point line in this first half.
Yeah, and these first 4 minutes are going to be really, really big for Kentucky. And frankly, I'd like to see it, the first play, the same thing Kentucky ran to start the game. And that is to dump it into Moreno and see if he can continue to dominate down around the basket. That got Kentucky started and sent a message to Vandy. That'd be a good way to start it again.
And a team like Vanderbilt that can shoot the ball as well as they can at the three-point line. You don't want to let them get hot early in the second half and give them hope. And Tyler Nickel in that first half, he was 0 for 3 at the three-point line, 0 for 4 overall. He has missed 15 of his last 17 three-point attempts in the last 2.5 games. But guys like that can heat up in a hurry.
But just understand, Vandy's a good team. They're going to make a run. Kentucky's going to have to respond.
Vandy's ball. They get it down low to Nickel. He's wide open and scores. Somebody got lost. And Nickel gets his first bucket of the game.
Colin Chandler got caught on that high screen.
Jelavic out deep on the left, passes to the corner to Oweh. Oweh deep in that left corner, comes out to the wing, throws it straight away to Moreno. Hands it to Chandler. Overhead pass to Aberdeen on the right side. They float it into Moreno. There it is, Goose. 15 feet out, right side. Backing his way in. They double team him. He passes out to Chandler. Chandler down on the right baseline has it knocked away and out of bounds off the leg of McLaughlin, who reached in and knocked it away. 6 to shoot as Kentucky plays it into the right baseline out toward the corner.
So on this first possession, you see Vandy bringing more intensity.
Comes into Oweh right in front of the basket, goes up and scores. Nicely executed play.
Scoring on out-of-bounds play.
48-33 Kentucky. That's 8 for Oweh. He came off a screen. Chandler threw it up high. Oweh went up and snatched it. Moreno had screened off the defender. Wide open layup for Oweh. Miles, left side, across to McLaughlin, right of the circle. Gets it to Tanner, going baseline right, and a foul on Chandler, sticking the knee out as Tanner got Chandler on his hip and took advantage of that to force the foul.
Now, Tom, something that's pretty obvious for me, these first 2 possessions on Vandy, they're going to make Colin Chandler burn up some energy on defense. He's been floating freely on the offensive end. They're going to make it.
Comes into Okereke under the basket, can't get a shot, throws it out to Tanner in the right corner. Tanner now beyond the three-point line, guarded by Moreno, takes it to the elbow and throws it back out to Nickel. Right side, 3-ball, rims out, rebound. Jelavic came flying in to grab it. Passing the ball up 15. Aberdeen stops and keeps his dribble out deep on that right side. Miles pressures out on him. Pass across to Jelavic. Jelavic dribbles to the top, gets it to Chandler, coming off a screen. Chandler, top of the circle, crossover dribble, another one, going down the left side of the lane, all the way to the block, cut off, can't get a shot, floats it out to Aberdeen, 6 to shoot it. Aberdeen double teamed off the screen, keeps his dribble, step back, 3 ball, bounces off, no good, and they get a
Kentucky ball.
The shot clock buzzer went off after the ball had already hit the rim, and everybody kind of stopped, and Vanderbilt just lost the ball out of bounds.
But Kentucky gets a new 20 because he had both hands on it. McLaughlin did. So they get a new 20.
Andy has really upped the tempo of its defense. Comes into Jelavic on the right wing. Holding it at his waist. Passes out to Aberdeen. To Oweh straight away. Oweh thought about a 3. Moves inside the arc. 18-footer. Bounces off. No good. Rebounded by McLaughlin for Vanderbilt. Here come the Commodores. Miles stops and pops a long 3. It's good off the right side.
You have to get the bodies moving again for Kentucky.
Miles just dribbled right into a stop and pop 3.
Nobody picked him up.
It's down to 12, 48-36. 2 minutes into the second half. Important sequence here for Kentucky. Beat back the Vandy challenge. Aberdeen gets his way into the paint, then bounces it out to the left corner to Oweh. Drives baseline. Ball's out of bounds. Touch last by Oweh. Turnover Kentucky.
Yeah, see, the body's not moving like they were early in this game. So Kentucky just has to get back to making those sharp cuts and moving the basketball.
Just the 4th turnover for the Cats. Vandy with a chance to cut it to single digits on a 3. Okereke, left side. Drives into the paint, then gives it out to Tanner. Over to McLaughlin. His 3 rims out. Rebounded by Aberdeen.
Got to get a basket. Got to get a basket here.
Aberdeen drives down the right side of the lane, gets bumped, flips up the shot, and
he's going to get 2. Going to get 2. Good job throwing that up there.
Foul is on, I thought maybe Tanner, but no. Let's see who they give this to. It's the first one of the second half on Vanderbilt as Noah pops up off the Kentucky bench. It's on McLaughlin. That's his 3rd. Denzel Aberdeen about to step to the free throw line for Kentucky. Last 3 games, 3.5 games, Denzel has 16 assists and 1 turnover in about 54 minutes.
Tanner.
They did give it to Tanner. That's what I thought fell.
Yeah, you're
That's
right.
his first.
I
Still
thought
2
you
on
were right,
McLaughlin.
but I was happy with the clock picking it up.
Me too. Aberdeen at the line for 2 shots. Well, 1 more change. They say it's on Okereke. All kinds of confusion. We'll get that confirmed later because of the stat monitor. They still have it going against 10. Free throw good. Aberdeen knocks down 2. Gets him into double figures with 10.
Got to get some stops.
50-36 Kentucky. Nickel fights off a screen, cuts down the lane. They don't get it to him, though. Miles has it on the left side. He comes into the circle, keeps his dribble, backs out, over to Nickel. Quick closeout from Noah, denied the 3 to McLaughlin. Back to Nickel. He'll shoot the 3 out of the left corner. No good. And the rebound claimed by Noah for Kentucky. Here come the Cats. Aberdeen up the middle of the floor with a left-hand dribble. Floats over toward Coach Pope on the left side of the floor. Feeds it into Moreno. 1 dribble, goes up, won't go, but he got fouled.
Nice Malachi. Just not letting them bully him away from doing what he's wanting to do down there.
Foul was on Nickel, his first, and Moreno will go to the line to shoot 2.
Moreno at the line for 2.
Malachi Moreno, 1 for 2 at the line in the first half. Perfect with this one. His 6th point. He got muscled significantly down in Nashville. He came to bring the fight today. This one rattles in.
Nice job. Nice job. Gonna need this crowd to get back loud again here.
52-36 Kentucky. Steal! Jelavic! Cross-court pass. Driving into the rim at the other end. It's knocked away and stolen by Tanner.
Well, he's got to pick that thing up in traffic. Just pick it up.
Tanner goes left, hands it to Miles. Miles comes to the top, drives on Chandler, cut off, backs out, throws to the right corner. McLaughlin, a 3, no good. Rebound, Noah.
Yeah, just do little things, Trent Noah, right now. Just little things.
Moreno wants the ball. They float it to him, and we get a foul on Vandy.
Nice, Malachi.
McLaughlin, there's his third.
Nice job.
Malachi posted up and didn't talk to us about what he did, Goose.
And he held his ground. And McLaughlin was trying his best to get around, but Malachi just said, no, you're not going to do this to me again. Great job.
This is my house.
Yes.
Kentucky's ball right baseline. Third foul on Vandy. Aberdeen has it out deep on the right. Chandler comes off a screen, but Miles fights through it to stay with him. They get it to Moreno. Gives it back to Aberdeen. 15 to shoot. Aberdeen right of the circle. Lets it fly. Got it.
Yes. Great screen and roll there.
3 threes for Denzel Aberdeen. Multiple threes in 8 of his last 9 games. Washington straight away. Hands it to Tanner. Curls into the paint. Pitch to the right corner. Okereke's 3. Good from deep in that right corner.
Boy, he is so good.
Nice player.
Really like how he has become a complete player.
He started as a manager at Cornell. 55-39, Kentucky. Moreno in the circle. It's knocked away. When he dribbled it, Vandy collapsed on him.
Can't bring it down.
Commodores have it going the other way. Nickel comes into the paint. Pull up 10-footers. Good. A couple of buckets for Nickel after a scoreless first half. 55-41, Kentucky. 15-15 to play in the game. Chandler comes into front court. Kentucky's going to take a timeout. 15-12 to play. We'll take the break as well. The Cats lead the Commodores 55-41 here on the UK Sports Network. Kentucky basketball on the Mark Pope Show presented by UK Healthcare. It'll be on Wednesday night this coming week because of the road trip to Texas A&M. Followed by the Kenny Brooks Show presented by Bluegrass Hearing Clinic. And BDN Radio is after that with Garrett Hendrick, and that's presented by Clark's Pump and Shop. Make sure you're with us Monday nights, 6 Eastern on the UK Sports Network. Vandy 0-4 when trailing at halftime. Kentucky 12-1 when leading. The Cats are up 46-31 at the break. It's 55-41 Kentucky now with 15-12 to play.
Yeah, and I like that Vandy made a little push. Kentucky responded. I would like to have seen it increase a little bit, but Vandy didn't bring it down to single digits. So a lot of good in that first 4 minutes. Now, Kentucky's going to have to get back in transition. Going to have to try to get some good stuff, some easy opportunities in the transition game. So let's hope they find some here.
Kenny Brooks and his Kentucky women's team hosting South Carolina tomorrow. The number 3 team in the country coming in for Senior Day at historic Memorial Coliseum. That'll be a 2 p.m. tip. Darren Hendrick will be on the call on most of these same stations at 1:45 Eastern tomorrow. UK baseball team playing St. John's this afternoon, going for 2 in a row over the Red Storm. And yesterday, Axel Jelkin was again magnificent on the mound. He is some kind of pitcher in the early going for Nick Mingione. And you get out to see him next week if you can. The Cats will have a midweek home game and then a home series next weekend. Cats put the ball in play on the left side. It's Oweh standing a couple of steps down from Coach Pope. Plays it into Garrison, who's checked in, along with Dioubate. Aberdeen, Oweh, and Chandler still out there. Aberdeen's got it out deep on the left side. Comes off the screen, gets into the middle, floats it to the right corner to Chandler. 10 seconds to shoot it. Jab step, Chandler dribbles out front. 7 to shoot it. Chandler gets the screen, a 3. Got it! That's 6. Ties his personal best.
He just sees that basket so well right now.
Nice screen from Brandon Garrison to free Chandler. 58-41 Kentucky. Tanner out deep on the right side. Goes to work off the bounce. Kicks it to the side and a turnover. Okereke walked.
No, he ran. He ran.
He caught the pass and kind of took off running. It's okay if you catch the pass in football to do that, but in this sport you need to dribble it too. Wow. Timeout on the floor, 14:33 to play. Cats ball when we come back. 8 Vanderbilt turnovers on the day. Kentucky leads at 58-41 on the UK Sports Network. Kentucky Basketball Podcast is presented by UK Federal Credit Union. Get it today for free on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeart, and the official UK Athletics app. 58-41. Kentucky leads it. 14:33 to play. Vandy is 9th in the country, the lowest turnover rate, but they just committed their 8th turnover, 2 more than Kentucky has, and Wildcats had 15 turnovers in Nashville and 8 assists. Today they have 14 assists and 6 turnovers with 14:33 to play. And just one block shot for Vanderbilt, and that speaks to how Kentucky is going to the rim when they get in the paint.
Yeah, they're not going to let them just knock back that higher total of shot attempts as they did last time. I just think the whole approach to this game was so much better now than it was down there.
Kentucky will be on the road to Texas A&M on Tuesday. That game will tip at 7 Eastern down in College Station. Aggies, one of the teams that are like Missouri, Kentucky, Vanderbilt, fighting to catch Tennessee for that 4th spot in the SEC standings. Vols are at home tonight against Alabama. Oweh in backcourt will play this one in. Gets it to Aberdeen. Bing has checked in, along with Washington for Vanderbilt. Dioubate, Aberdeen, Oweh, Chandler, and Garrison for Kentucky. Oweh in the right corner, guarded by Okereke. Gets it to Chandler. Curls off a screen, but he can't get a look. Now he's wide open as Tanner falls down. Good, and a foul on Vanderbilt.
No, hold it. They called an offensive foul.
Oh, no!
On Colin Chandler for kicking his feet out.
Oh, my goodness. So Tanner fell down, and I guess they're saying that's what caused...
No. It was on the block attempt. Tanner fell down first, and then Colin Chandler stepped back, and one of the other Vandy players made an adjustment to go to try to block it.
Just saw the replay, and the camera was following the ball just as it left Chandler's hands, so you couldn't see in the replay whether or not it was the correct call, but it is the call that was made, and it's a turnover for Kentucky. And here's a whistle away from the ball at the other end, and a foul on the Wildcats. It's on Garrison. His second, 3.5 against Kentucky.
Well, you don't see that call made very often at all.
Get the crowd into it for sure. And a turnover Vandy on the inbounds play. Kentucky was pressuring, and Nickel worked his way to the deep right corner, but the ball skipped off his hands and into the Vandy bench.
Boy, you just hate for Colin Chandler that they take that basket away on that play.
Thought he had a shot at a 4-point play. Here's Chandler driving up through the press, takes it all the way down to the right corner, cut off by Tanner. So he dribbles back out front, gives it up to Dioubate. Dioubate, middle of the floor. Dribbles left, picks it up, needs help. Oweh comes out to make the catch. 12 to shoot. Back to Dioubate on the roll, going for the dunk, and he's fouled off the pick and roll. He was going to dunk it, which is what he should do.
That's the way you take it to the line. That's the way you take it to the basket. Otherwise, you don't get that call.
You got that right. Foul was on Washington. It's 4 fouls on Vanderbilt.
Fans are still upset about that call on Colin Chandler. I am too, because I thought he made a good play.
When Tanner fell down and left Chandler wide open, a Vandy player, I think it was Washington, came to challenge it. Free throw no good for Dioubate. He's missed 2 out of 3.
Well, again, I don't see every game that's played, obviously. But again, I asked the same question on that call they made against Colin Chandler. It said he pushed off to get open a couple games ago. How many times has that been called all year?
Might have been the first. That's the situation anyway.
Yeah,
Dioubate makes the second.
And I'm not saying the ref was wrong. I just haven't seen it called.
59-41 Kentucky. Tanner picks up his dribble right side, swings it left side to Nickel. Deep three's good. His first 3 of the day.
He wanted that the whole time. You could see it right in his face.
59-44 Kentucky. With the ball is Aberdeen out deep on the left side. Chandler sets the screen, gets Aberdeen to the middle of the floor. An open three, right of the circle. Comes off no good. And they call a foul on the rebound as Garrison went up to dunk it. And then
That hurts. That hurts.
got bumped and fouled, I think, as he
He
hit the deck hard.
He has not moved.
Oh, they got to take a look at this. McLaughlin slapped him across the face. That's got to be a flagrant one.
He has not moved. He is still down on the floor.
When he went back up, McLaughlin came over to block it, and his left arm goes right across the face of Brandon Garrison.
Oh, man. Boy,
The ball was in Garrison's left hand, so that's why McLaughlin is reaching across to try to block it. But in doing so, he just
you
gave a shot to the face of Garrison. It has to be a flagrant
Yeah,
one.
you make contact above the neck. And more times than not, that's flagrant. Boy, and I don't know how he could have thought he was trying to get that ball. No way. Well, if I'm Brendan Garrison, I'm going to sit down a minute, man, while they're looking at this.
I don't think that was a dirty play. It was just a very aggressive play, and Vandy's being very much more physical in this half.
Yeah. Well, you know, and Kentucky can't back down, and they have shown no signs of it.
And fans, you can help the Markey Cancer Center in the fight against cancer at the next home game. One more left next Saturday. Grab a souvenir cup for a chance to win great prizes like a VIP trip to a Cats away game, a visit Myrtle Beach vacation, or Cats merchandise. Clock stop with 13:19 to play as the video review is underway to see what they're going to call against McLaughlin.
And this could be huge because Garrison gets 2 free throws, and then if it's a flagrant one, Kentucky will get 2 more free throws and the ball out of bounds. Am I correct on that?
Yes, they called a personal foul on Nickel, which was his second and the team's fifth. Now let's see if they upgrade it to a flagrant one for McLaughlin. Because the foul had been called against Nickel, but the ball's up on the rim, and Garrison's going for it. And so the play continued on, and then that's when McLaughlin
Well, I couldn't hear the explanation, so we'll see.
We're going to get the call here from the crew chief, Doug Childs, on the mic.
After review, we have a common foul on Vanderbilt number 5, but also, in addition to that, we also have a dead ball contact technical foul on Vanderbilt number 99. Kentucky will shoot 2 free throws and receive ball on the baseline.
So poor Doug Childs, he's trying to explain exactly everything that happened. It was a common foul on Nichols, and everybody went crazy. He put his hand up like, calm down.
Hold on.
I got more. That was funny. So they got it right. So it's on McLaughlin. That's his 4th. And that's 6 on Vanderbilt now. Oh, boy. Mark Byington is up complaining. Vanderbilt in. So it's 2 shots and the ball for Kentucky, leading 59-44 with 13:19 to play. Kentucky's up 15 at the half. Vandy's a very good team. Proud of what they've accomplished this season. They weren't going to go away, so they have come out and taken the fight to Kentucky. Now, as your point, Goose, the Cats haven't backed off from that.
No. Well, you knew Vandy was going to come.
Sure.
With more. I mean, you knew that.
So Chandler is going to go to the line for Kentucky to shoot 2. He is sitting on 18 points, courtesy of 6 3-point baskets. And that matches his career high, which he's set 3 times this season. And there's the new career high, 18 points. And 1 more free throw coming for Chandler. Push the lead to 17, and then Kentucky will have the ball. Passes short. Didn't get over the rim. So Chandler hits 1 out of 2.
Well, let's at least get a basket here.
Kentucky's
so
ball on the right baseline.
A little bit.
Moreno, Dioubate, Oweh, Aberdeen on the floor. They throw it out front to Dioubate. He chases it down and gives it to Aberdeen out deep on the right. He's holding the ball. Pass to the middle of Moreno. He dribbles once. Needs somebody to pass it to. Here comes Chandler to get it. 8 to shoot. Chandler bounces it back to Moreno. 5 seconds. Working his way into the paint. Leans in. Missed the shot. Gets it back. Puts it up. And it goes in.
Big fella. Keep coming, Malachi. Keep coming.
62-44, Kentucky. It's 9 for Moreno. Tanner, top of the circle. Can't get a shot against Chandler. They get it to Bing in the left corner.
Got to watch Nickel here because he's going to try to shoot another one.
Over to Tanner. Spins into the lane. Off-balance shot. Banked in.
Boy, tough shot.
That was.
Tough shot.
Coming out of the spin, and he kissed it perfectly off the middle of the square. 62-46. Kentucky with the ball in the lead. Moreno passes right side to Chandler. Chandler dribbles to the middle, hesitates, picks up his dribble, goes behind him to Aberdeen, 12 to shoot. Aberdeen calls for the screen from Dioubate. Aberdeen goes off the bounce to the right, puts it between his legs, back to Dioubate. 5 seconds. Dioubate going down the left side of the lane, pivots, fall away, 8-footer, banks, no good, rims out into the hands of Okereke for Vanderbilt. Good defensive possession there for the Commodores as we hit the 12-minute mark. Here's Nickel, comes free at the top, a three, no good. Rebounded by Dioubate, loses his balance, but able to save it into Oweh. Here come the Cats. Oweh up the middle of the floor, blows by his man, gets to the rim, laid it in.
And one.
And foul on Vandy.
Yes. Boy, I love the player Oweh has turned into. That last game, he facilitated his teammates, scored under 10 for the first time. But he has just become a more complete player, Tom.
Well, he's got the football body, and that was an open field run to daylight, which was right at the rim for a layup and a foul against Vanderbilt. He'll go to the line when we come back. 11:50 to play in the game. Kentucky 64, Vandy 46 on the UK Sports Network. Kentucky 64, Vanderbilt 46, 11:50 to play. Wildcats 5 of 9 with 2 threes in this second half. Vandy 6 of 11 with 3 threes. Kentucky was up 15 at the break. They're up 16 right now. And Oweh will be, or up 18, and Oweh will be going to the free throw line for Kentucky. Our Keys scholarship, key play of the game. Late in the first half, a 20-point lead had been trimmed by 7 points. Vanderbilt went on a 7-0 run. And then Colin Chandler drained one of his 6 threes on this day. And that beat back the Vanderbilt challenge and took away the momentum. And Kentucky got a 15-point lead to take into the locker room. Since 1999, $578 million in scholarships and grants funded by lottery proceeds have been used at UK. The Kentucky Lottery, truly fueling imagination and funding education.
Tom, could I go back, give him a twofer on that, please?
You do whatever you want.
I'm going all the way back to the very first play of the game for Kentucky. They bring the ball down, dump it into Malachi Moreno. And Malachi, after the way they played him down at Vandy, Malachi cleared him out and went up and scored. I tell you all the time, for me, this game is about delivering messages. That message is still resonating and affecting this game. His first possession down there, you're not going to push me around.
Oweh's free throw is good. To complete the three-point play, he has 11 points. I went back and watched the start of that game. Kentucky's very first possession went to Malachi. Vandy muscled him underneath the basket where he had no angle to shoot, and he missed.
And he has not let that happen one time here.
Dioubate nearly came up with a steal on the pass to Okereke. He rescues it out just inside the midcourt line. Throws it over to Miles, who's back in. Miles goes to his right, drives down the lane, hooks it back over his shoulder to Washington at the high post. He gives it to Bing. Bing slides over to his right, passes to the corner to Miles, 5 to shoot. Miles spins, loses the ball. Chandler's got it, a steal for Kentucky. Cats on the run, pass left side, Johnson, back to Chandler, over to Moreno straight away. Chandler on a backdoor cut, going for the dunk, couldn't finish it, but he got fouled by Okereke.
I love that guy, man. I love that guy. No fear in his heart. He sees a much bigger player come over and trying to block that, and he said, if you're good enough, get it. I love that approach. Love that approach.
Colin Chandler shooting for his first 20-point game as a Wildcat. I think it'd be the 8th different Wildcat this season to get 20 or more in a game if he hits at least one of these, and he gets the first one. 2 out of 3 at the line today. Our game is presented by Keeneland. The spring meet kicks off April 3rd, runs through the 24th. Pre-purchase tickets in advance at tickets.keeneland.com. Moreno, Dioubate, Chandler, Johnson, Oweh on the floor for Kentucky. Chandler hits them both. And Kentucky has its largest lead of the day at 21 with 11:08 to play. Tanner Lobo picks up his dribble, steps through, left-hand scoop, bounces around, and stays in.
Boy, he is so good.
He is
so good.
Love watching him play. 67-48 Kentucky. Johnson comes up, pressured hard by Tanner. Johnson pushes him away from him. They give him a little freedom to do that. Here's Chandler on the left side. Feeds it into Moreno. Makes the catch on the left baseline. Hasn't dribbled yet. Now he does. Backing his way into the paint. Bumping with Washington. Pivots. Left-hand shot. Won't go. Rebound Dioubate. He dribbles once and he gets fouled.
Yeah, I still love it, Malachi. He missed it, but I still love it. I haven't seen Brandon Garrison back over there looking like he's ready to come in anywhere. Do you see him even over there? He might have gone back to the locker room.
I don't see him on the bench.
So Malachi,
no, I see him there. He is over in the tunnel.
Okay, he's over maybe riding a bicycle. No, he's just standing over there.
2 shots for Dioubate. Chandler goes to the bench for a breather. Aberdeen back in. Love what Chandler Johnson did here. Tanner, one of the best defensive players in the country, pressuring him, just getting really physical with him. And Jasper just kind of subtly gave him a little nudge. Free throw good for Dioubate. And the official usually, a good official, is going to let you do that if they're letting Tanner get up in your face.
And I still see in Nashville him, Johnson, having that high dribble and Tanner taking it right out of his hand.
Yes.
And now he's down over the ball protecting it.
Dioubate makes 2.
There's Brandon Garrison. He's back on the bench. He'll need to come in here quickly, I would say.
69-48 Kentucky with 10:27 to play. Tanner's got it. Left side. Goes across the circle, moving right. Gets it back in the middle to Miles. Miles want to work off the bounce. Can't get into the lane. Bing's got it top of the circle. Hands to Tanner. Hooks it back to Bing on the pick and roll, and he dunks it. Boy, Tanner just almost a no-look pass over his right shoulder.
Yeah, look, if they have to work that hard for their points the rest of the way, I'm good with that.
69-50 Kentucky as we hit the 10-minute mark. Aberdeen out deep on the left side. Walks it to the middle of the floor. Keeps his dribble alive as he bounces it to Moreno, left of the circle. Hands it in the corner to Oweh. Back to Moreno in the pick and roll. Finds it in traffic, falls down, and a whistle and a walking call against Moreno.
Well, it's just very difficult to bounce that ball to Malachi, and someone got a hand on it before he even touched it. So
how exactly do you walk when you're still dribbling? He wasn't holding the ball.
I haven't figured that out. Give it a little thought.
69-50 Kentucky. Miles lets the ball roll up into front court. Miles goes left off the screen from Washington. Feeds to Washington for the dunk on the pick and roll. 2 in a row off that pick and roll to get dunks for Vandy.
Somebody has to come over from that weak side.
There's Aberdeen in backcourt. Double team. Bounces into Johnson. Johnson pushes the pace through the press. Gets into the lane. Jump pass out to Oweh. Deep on the left. Across to Aberdeen. Deep on the right. Aberdeen comes to the middle, back to Oweh, 15 on the shot clock. Oweh holding the ball, comes into the circle, steps back, goes to his left, spins into the paint, 10-footer, good.
That's a good answer right there. Good answer.
71-52 Kentucky, 9:05 to play. Tanner out deep on the right side. Between the legs dribble, drives, cut off, backs out to the right corner. Hands thought he walked, comes along the baseline and scores.
Well, I thought he double dribbled. Maybe a Kentucky player got a hand on it.
Dioubate headed to the basket at the other end, and he gets fouled. Kentucky got through the press, and Tanner's called for the foul as he reached in on Dioubate. That's his first. That's 10 on the Commodores. So Kentucky's in the double bonus. Dioubate back to the line, where he just made 2, and he's made 4 out of 6 today.
And I see now Mo D is doing what I say Malachi could do sometime. He walked almost all the way out to half court to collect his breath after that burst of energy to go to the basket. That a lot of times helps.
Dioubate takes a big breath, dribbles twice.
Yeah, good. That helps a lot. Just go as far as you can. Sometimes you got to make that official say, come on, let's go. But you've already caught your breath. You're not as winded, and you can relax better on that free throw.
8:48 to play. Kentucky was 11 of 19 at the line in Nashville. They're 15 of 19 today. One more for Dioubate.
Hard.
Rattles
Still went in. He didn't get that one quite as high as he normally does.
19-point lead, Kentucky, 73-54. Vandy with the ball.
How about a stop?
Miles gives it up to Washington straight away. It's left side to Harris, who's checked in for the first time. Gives it back to Miles in the middle of the floor. Miles goes down to the baseline. Wraparound pass to the left corner. It was high, but being able to snatch it. Comes into the paint. Pivots. Bounce pass is knocked away by Garrison, who checked in. Harris rescues it for Vandy. He comes through the lane. Jump pass out to Miles. Pass to the right corner to Bing. Three. Comes off no good. And a foul on Aberdeen.
Yeah, good job. He was mismatched on that other side of the floor, the weak side of the floor, and that would have been an offensive rebound.
Let me take a look and see if Aberdeen got hit in the face in the battle for the ball. But Aberdeen was holding his forehead, and the official noticed that. Fouls on Aberdeen. That's his second. Kentucky's fourth. Timeout with 8:19 to play. 73-54 Kentucky. I think we're going to take a look at that. And we're heading to a break. This is the UK Sports Network. Kentucky 73, Vanderbilt 54 with 8:19 to play. Let's see if they do anything to add a foul there beyond the common foul that was called against Aberdeen.
Yeah, I didn't really see a whole lot on that play.
His defense has slipped a bit in this half, or you can credit Vandy's execution offensively as they're making 63% of their shots, 10 out of 16 with 3 threes, but they're trailing by 19 and they were down 15 at the break because Kentucky is shooting 55% in this half and 55% for the game. It's also +6 in the rebounding.
Yeah.
+10 in points off turnovers. They've turned it over 8 times with 14 assists. Vandy, 12 assists, 10 turnovers.
And don't forget about that column I like to look at, offensive rebounding. Vandy had 3 in the first 4 minutes.
That's a great point.
They have just 1 since, Tom, so that has been huge, and Kentucky is still winning the second chance points 10-4. They had those 4 points again in the first 4 minutes, so you just have to love those kind of improvements and that kind of attention to detail by this Kentucky team today.
Haven't heard any announcements, so I assume it's going to stay just the common.
Yeah, I listened in to the official who came over to TV position, and I think they said nothing more than just the common. Well, no,
Washington's at the line.
Aberdeen's called for a flagrant.
Flagrant 1 foul, number 1 for Kentucky for a hook and hold.
Oh, wow.
2 free throws, the ball out of bounds for Vanderbilt.
So that's a hook and hold on Denzel Aberdeen is what they call it. And so Washington's at the line. 72% shooter. He's got 2 shots. There's more to come. It's good. He's right on his average with 9 points. Second shot also good. So now it'll be Vanderbilt's ball down on the left baseline. Comes into Bing in the left corner, fires it out to Nickel. Drives it to the right elbow, can't get a shot over to Bing. Dumps it into Washington. Matched up on Oweh, turns, shoots over him, missed it, tapped, and rebounded by Garrison. And they're going to say goaltending on Kentucky.
Well, it was on the rim, and I can understand them making the call. They might go back and look at it to make sure it was Garrison and not a Vandy player.
So that's the 4-point possession for Vandy. Cats get through the press. They've got a 2-on-1. Dioubate going to the rim, gets there and puts it in through contact.
Be a man. He's a man.
Big bucket there after a 4-point trip for Vandy. 75-58 Kentucky. Miles in the right corner. Bounce feed into Washington. Wide open for a dunk.
Well, I'm not sure how Kentucky all of a sudden is defending that full court, that screen and roll.
Chandler drives through the press. They've got numbers, but he circles out in the left corner to run a little clock off. 7.5 to play. They get it to Aberdeen on the right side. Pass out to Garrison. He dribbles over to his left, feeds on a backdoor cut to Oweh, and a foul on Vandy for holding.
2 free throws.
Oweh had a path to a dunk, and Nickel grabbed him for his third foul. 2 shots for Oweh. Ortega had 8 points down at South Carolina, ended a streak of 30 consecutive double-figure games. In his time in Kentucky, he's had 3 single-digit scoring games, and in the next game, he's averaged 24 a game. Shooting for 14 points here, no good.
But the thing that I'm happy about so far in this game with Oweh is Kentucky may not need 24 for him in order to win. So
doesn't look like it.
And he has done a good job of being a facilitator. You got to like that.
Yeah, he has 4 assists. Hits the second one.
How about a stop?
76-60 Kentucky. Tanner comes into front court for Vandy. Picked up by Aberdeen. Goes over to the right elbow, changes direction, comes to his left, spins back to his right. Garrison's there, so he's not going to shoot over him. He throws it out to Miles. The swing left side to Harris. Left wing three's no good. Rebound Nickel on the right baseline. Throws it back to Tanner. Quick close out from Aberdeen. Back to Nickel. Quick 3, no good. Right corner. Rebound Oweh. Under 7 to play. Cats with the ball up 16. Aberdeen now deep on the left. Works his way to the left elbow. Keeps his dribble. Gets to the rim. Left hand.
What about that? I'm talking about crafty for Tanner. Very crafty right there. Aberdeen.
78-60 Kentucky. Tanner, left side. Couldn't get by Aberdeen. Brings it back out front. Now drives down the right side of the lane. Pull up 8-footer's good. And a foul on Oweh. Tanner with 14 and a chance to go to the line and add 1 more.
And you know the thing that I would love to have more than anything or as much as anything right now is a healthy Jalen Lowe.
Oh.
Wouldn't you love to see the matchup between those two guys and how good they both are at that point guard spot? I mean, they play a whole lot alike.
Comes Moreno into the game.
What?
And Garrison goes out. Tanner has shot 52 free throws in his last 6 games. First time to the line today. His team down 16. 6:36 on the clock. And he completes the 3-point trip. Andy picking up in backcourt. This press has not really bothered Kentucky. Can't get through it again. Moreno in the left corner gets the long pass from Chandler. Get it back out front now to Oweh. Oweh driving left of the lane, going to the rim, gets to the paint, and puts it in at the rim.
I guess you go up vertically, horizontally there, straight up and down, and you're not going to make that call. A lot of contact.
Oweh finished through that contact. Tanner weaves his way through the defense, but he can't get a shot. Back to Okereke. Straightaway 3's no good. The rebound tapped by Moreno. Saves it into Oweh as Moreno goes flying into the photographer down to the baseline. Here's Oweh into the paint to the rim. Lays it in with the left hand.
Yes.
18 for Ortega. Leads 19 for Kentucky. 5:50 to play. 82-63. Tanner into the paint. Cut off. Throws it out to Bing on the right side. Drives. Has it knocked away. He gets it back. Bing right of the lane. Coming into the paint. Bumping with Chandler. Leans into him and they call the foul on Chandler.
I don't mind that foul, Tom. The thing that was good about it is you grab his arms and you don't let him get up and get that shot off. So go to the line and get you 2 if you want to. But I'm not giving you one here just because you're playing bully ball.
Chandler Bing at the line. Shoots 60%. First time to the stripe today. By the way, he says he's never watched Friends, according to the Vandy notes. Free throw good. Of course, if you don't know, that's the name of the Matthew Perry character on Friends. Chandler Bing. Free throw's good. 1 more coming. McLaughlin and Leverett. 2 bigs into the game for Vandy. 1 more shot for Bing. With 5:40 on the clock. He makes them both. 82-65 Kentucky.
They backed off of that full court press because Kentucky was making them pay for it on the other end.
Aberdeen in the middle of the floor. Georgia tried that. Kentucky didn't do what it's doing today, which is get through the press and attack. Here's Chandler off a screen. Gets into the circle, keeps his dribble, going down to the baseline, right to the rim and lays it in. Just kind of following the lead block of Moreno.
Moreno, he takes up a lot of space down there when he wants to.
84-65 Kentucky. Career high 23 for Chandler. Tanner down the lane.
God,
banks it up off the
missed
glass.
one of those.
He shoots it so softly. 84-67 Kentucky. Oweh, top of the circle. Bounce feed to Moreno. 15 feet out on the right side.
I don't mind.
Backing his way into the paint. Turns, splits to
I
the
don't
finish,
mind.
puts it in with a left hand.
I don't mind, Tom. You can take him. I don't mind it at all.
Timeout, Kentucky with 4:48 to play. And the Cats have pushed the lead back to 19 at 86-67. 30-second timeout. So we will keep it right here.
Yeah, I mean, I love what Malachi is doing down there.
Today's games presented by Keeneland. Experience a new chapter at Keeneland. Our new paddock building opens for the 2026 spring meet. Can't wait to welcome everyone back. April 3rd. Put it on the calendar through the 24th. Kentucky has made its last 7 shots. That's the way you keep a team at bay.
Yes. When Vandy made a run, Kentucky has had an answer. You love seeing that.
That's shooting 60% for the day. 11 of 20 at the three-point line. They're 18 of 28 inside the arc. They were 13 of 35 on two-point shots in Nashville. Vandy puts it in play. Tanner just walking with the ball as it rolls up, and now he picks it up just short of the midcourt line. Tanner goes down the right side, cut off by Moreno on a switch, throws it back out to Okereke. Hands it left side to Bing. Bing drives down to the block, muscles up a shot that's blocked by Dioubate. Moreno dives on the floor, comes up with the ball, and they call it jump ball.
Kentucky gets it.
Kentucky has the arrow.
Good.
How about your 7-footer diving on the floor after the loose ball?
And, you know, Malachi wanted to call a timeout, but fortunately he didn't get the whistle because Kentucky had possession. You don't have to waste one there.
4:34 to play as the Cats put the ball in play in backcourt. Vandy is back in the press this time. Aberdeen works free, and they'll back out of it. Let him bring it up against Tanner. Denzel Aberdeen. 4 assists, 0 turnovers today. 0 turnovers Tuesday night in South Carolina. They swing it right side to Oweh. Sees a path into the lane, gets to the rim, puts it in, got fouled. The Red Sea parted, or the Blue Sea in that lane. Oweh saw it and hit the gas and got to the rim.
Boy, he doesn't need much space, does he?
He does not.
He doesn't need much at all.
Foul on Okereke, his 4th.
Boy, a guy his size, you just don't expect him to be as quick as he is, and he loves going left. He's a righty, but he loves going to his left.
Kentucky has 11 threes today. They also have 2 3-point plays, one of them by Oweh. If he converts this one, and he does for his 21st point. So that's 42 points off 14 possessions.
Wow.
11 threes and 3 3-point plays. 89-67. Largest lead of the day for Kentucky. Tanner, left wing, 3-ball, rims out. Oweh snatches the rebound. It's stripped away from him. Rolling out front, and it's rescued by Nickel, who steps right into a long 3, and it's no good, and Moreno goes up and grabs this one. Outlet to Oweh. Kentucky running. Pass ahead is stolen by Tanner. Tanner racing the other way. Goes through the lane. Pump fake. Goes up with an 8-footer good. Timeout, Vandy. Kentucky had a 2-on-1. Oweh needed to attack a little bit further.
Yeah, go ahead and attack. Get the defense leaning this way.
So the 9th turnover of the day leads to a layup or a jumper in the lane for Tanner, and that gets us to a timeout with 3:47 to play. Kentucky's lead is 20, 89-69, and we'll be right back on the UK Sports Network. By 25 in Nashville last month, Kentucky's up 20 with 3:47 to play here at Rupp Arena. It's Kentucky 89, Vandy 69. We'll take 10 seconds for station identification on the UK Sports Network.
Officer Don and Deanne Mornings. WBUL-FM, Lexington.
Better country. 98.1 The Bull.
Your home for Kentucky Wildcat basketball.
Wildcats looking for their 10th conference win they came back and won late against Seton Hall. Vandy back in the full court press. Kentucky gets it into Chandler. And now they'll let him bring it up. There's just some token pressure from Tyler Nickel. Chandler walks across the line, comes into the middle, passes right side to Dioubate. They give him plenty of space. He dribbles inside the arc, then backs out, hands it to Oweh. Oweh over to Moreno. Moreno hands it to Chandler. Diagonal pass in the right corner, and it's fumbled out of bounds by Dioubate.
Well, Mo was looking where he was going to pass it before he looked it all the way into his hands.
So that's 10 turnovers, 7 in this half for Kentucky. Tanner walks it into front court. Goes over to his right, tracked by Aberdeen. Gives it back to Nickel. Nickel takes it down to the left baseline, working against Chandler, who cuts him off. Pass comes way out front to Tanner to McLaughlin. McLaughlin at the high post, hands it to Nickel. 8 to shoot. Was up with a 3. Good.
Oh, big time shot there.
10 points in this half for Nickel and 10 for the game. 89-72 Kentucky.
Now, you don't want to turn the ball over anymore this game.
Amen to that. Here's Aberdeen standing and dribbling in the midcourt circle.
That's
There's a collision away from the ball.
Oh, no.
They call a foul on Dioubate. He and McLaughlin both went down. Call an offensive foul on Dioubate. First on Mo. So there's another turnover.
That's a tough call right there because Mo was going, they kind of wrapped him up a little bit.
7 fouls against Kentucky, but that was an offensive foul, so Vandy dribbles it up into front court. Tanner's got it with 2:40 to play. Vandy down 17.
He's got to get shots every possession.
Tanner to Nickel, open at the top, slides right, shoots a 3, and he makes another one. Vandy takes a quick timeout. Consecutive 3s by Nickel, 3 for the day. And Vanderbilt has cut the lead to 14 with 2:30 to play. Commodores have 1 timeout left, as does Kentucky. So Vandy on an 8-0 run over the last minute 17. Kentucky 8 for 8 on its last 8 shots, 72% in this half. So that just draws a couple of underlines under the fact that they've had 3 turnovers in the last little less than 2 minutes. If you're getting shots, you're making almost all of them.
Yeah, you just want to make sure you get a look at the basket. And with Mo Dioubate out there, you have a really good chance of getting an offensive rebound. So, yeah, you just want to make sure you get a shot.
So it is Kentucky's ball.
Now, Vandy has been backing off of this full court press, but I wouldn't be surprised if they keep it on.
They get it into Chandler, over to Aberdeen, and he'll work it up against Tanner. Tanner, very dangerous, a high steal guy. Aberdeen keeps that dribble protected. He's standing and dribbling out deep on the left side. And floats to the middle. Shot clock's at 15 as he goes to work down the left sideline. Keeps his dribble alive. Backs out. Over to Dioubate. Hands it to Oweh. Oweh at the right elbow with 9 to shoot. Oweh comes back to the top. Open 3 in the air. Comes up short. Rebounded by Nickel. Vandy heading the other way. Nickel floats it down in the corner to Leverett. Back to Nickel. Back to Leverett. Knocked away by Dioubate. Leverett rescues it. Hands it off to Tanner. Drives in, turns around, throws it back out, and then gets it back. Tanner out deep on the right side. Going to work against Dioubate. Knocks the ball away, and they call a reach-in foul on Dioubate.
Oh, man.
You got one guy making about every call.
Yeah.
So Vandy will go to the line with 1:45 to play. Tanner going to the line where he makes 86%.
Tanner at the line for 1 and the bonus.
Tyler Tanner is in and out. No good. 1 and 1, and he missed the front end.
Got to get a shot up. That's all you need here.
Aberdeen comes into front court for Kentucky and then stops in the midcourt circle. Looks over to his left. 1.5 minutes is all that remains. Aberdeen down the left sideline. Keeps his dribble alive, standing right in front of Coach Pope. Floats it over to Oweh. 10 seconds to shoot it. Oweh just holding the ball. Goes to his left. Down the lane. Changes back to his right and draws the foul. Oweh was just going to muscle his way into the rim, and
Yeah, and that's a good time for it.
that was on Leverett. Oh, they call it on McLaughlin. That's his fifth. He will foul out without scoring. He had 11 points and 12 rebounds in Nashville in the win over Kentucky. He fouls out with no points and 2 rebounds today. And that is a big credit to Malachi Moreno.
I think you're right. And McLaughlin, he has 4 double-doubles coming off of a 17-point and 10-rebound effort against Georgia, their last game out. So he's been playing some good ball.
2 shots. Oweh. First one's good. Talked about he averaging 24 after single-digit games. He's sitting on 22.
He's got 22.
It's 6 at halftime.
But the good thing with Oweh, and the reason why he has so much energy right now,
One more. Good.
is that Kentucky's been able to get him out of the game since they've had a lead most of this one. So that's a real plus.
91-75 Cats. Just 1:15 left. Tanner off the screen goes right, cut off, fires it down low to Washington, and he dunks it in. Kentucky has really struggled in this half on that pick and rolls. Vandy's got some wide open dunks down low for either Bing or Washington. 91-77. Aberdeen weaves his way through the defense. It comes into front court and then backs it out. Aberdeen standing and dribbling out deep on the right. Aberdeen turns his back to Nickel. 12 seconds to shoot it. Aberdeen, couple of between-the-legs dribbles, gets it to Oweh in the middle of the floor. He goes left off the Garrison screen, hesitates, goes down to the corner, cut off. 4 seconds, out to Aberdeen, 3 seconds. Aberdeen's going to launch a prayer of a 3 off the backboard, no good, and into the hands of Washington. 91-77 Kentucky, just 30 seconds left. Nickel, left corner, 3, no good. Dioubate comes flying in to grab the rebound. Shot clock's off. Mark Pope puts up the stop sign. The Wildcats are going to extract a bit of revenge.
Oh, boy, that's a good one. That's a good win.
The Cats, Mo Dioubate just dribbling out the final seconds. 2 in a row for Kentucky and a 10th SEC win, knocking Vanderbilt down a notch with its 9-7 SEC record. Kentucky 91, Vanderbilt 77. We'll be right back on the UK Sports Network.